Buying a brand new car is supposed to be the ultimate safety net. Zero mystery miles, zero previous owner shortcuts, a full factory warranty, and the quiet confidence that this fresh machine will still feel right years from now. Yet trade-in data flooding in from dealer networks across the US and Canada keeps surfacing the exact same 12 models for 12 completely different reasons. Everything from daily comfort that slowly grinds people down to outright buyer's remorse that hits within months. Stick with me because the car sitting in the #1 spot was one of the most hyped launches of the entire year, which makes the volume of owners racing back to the dealership even more shocking. Number 12, it's the 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer. The styling pulls people in. The available tech package looks sharp on the window sticker. The starting price feels responsible. Then the turbocharged 3-cylinder engine reveals its true personality once the honeymoon ends. On a quiet dealership loop, it feels lively enough. Out on the highway, merging into fast traffic or climbing a steep on-ramp, the little engine asks for more throttle than most buyers expected from a compact crossover sold as efficient and peppy. That gap between the 15-minute test drive and the daily commute is showing up hard in early trade-in numbers. This is not a mechanical failure. It is pure buyer's remorse over performance that simply does not match the real-world job the vehicle is asked to do. Most shoppers never take the Trailblazer onto an actual freeway before signing. At number 11, the 2026 Hyundai Venue. Value, efficiency, and a low entry price are the big selling points. What the brochure does not advertise is the road noise that turns long highway stretches into an endurance test. Thinner sound insulation, chosen specifically to protect the aggressive sticker price, lets tire roar and wind rush fill the cabin once speeds climb past 60. For short errands around town, the compromise is tolerable. For the buyer covering 30 or 40 miles each way every workday, the constant drone becomes mental fatigue that accumulates. Owners describe pulling into the driveway more drain than the traffic alone should cause, then slowly realizing the culprit is not stress at the office but the relentless soundtrack inside their own car. At number 10, Nissan Ariya. Nissan's long-delayed electric crossover arrived 2 years late into a market that had already moved on. At a starting price north of $41,000, the Ariya stepped into a segment where Hyundai, Kia, and Tesla had used the extra time to refine software, expand reliable charging access, and polish driving dynamics. Real-world owners comparing notes keep finding their Ariya on the short end of those comparisons. Charging network partnerships deliver lower station uptime, less consistent speeds, and thinner coverage than the alternatives Ioniq 5 and EV6 drivers take for granted. On top of that, recurring software glitches that require multiple dealer visits without permanent fixes have become a signature of early ownership. What many buyers miss until it is too late is how aggressively Nissan is now incentivizing new Ariya inventory. Number 9, Chevrolet Blazer EV. GM launched the Blazer EV with real excitement as an accessible Model Y fighter, then halted sales within weeks. Owners have not forgotten. Software glitches that could cut propulsion entirely, unexpected system shutdowns, and charging failures that demanded dealer intervention forced an almost unprecedented stop sale. Early buyers found themselves operating vehicles that engineers were still troubleshooting in real time. Fixes required physical dealer visits instead of quiet over-the-air updates. The mid-2024 relaunch with revised software could not erase the headlines that reached exactly the tech-savvy buyers these vehicles need. Aggressive new vehicle incentives on the 2026 model have now driven transaction prices so low that 2-year-old examples without warranty protection look financially unattractive. Number 8, Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. Paying 6 figures for a vehicle you quickly regret is a uniquely painful experience. The EQS SUV's hyperscreen erased almost every physical control for core functions, generating enough owner pushback that Mercedes itself issued corrective software, an admission that the original interface served the marketing photos more than daily life. Real-world range that falls well short of the EPA number, especially in cold weather, adds planning stress that buyers at this price simply do not expect. The financial hit on the way out is brutal. Early exit valuations have landed between 40 and 52% of original sticker, turning a $115,000 purchase into a $55,000 to $65,000 loss. Mercedes' own heavy discounting of new inventory only accelerates the damage by resetting the entire used market lower. Owners are swallowing those losses rather than keep driving a vehicle that no longer feels worth the money. Number 7, Jeep Compass. Every other vehicle on this list is being abandoned over new technology or EV-specific growing pains. The Compass is being walked away from for conventional, documented, preventable reliability problems that Stellantis has had years of evidence to fix. Interior rattles and trim that separates within the first 6 months. A 9-speed automatic that hunts between gears in city traffic, because of calibration issues multiple software updates have never fully cured. J.D. Power has ranked Jeep near the bottom of the industry for initial quality 4 years running, and the Compass contributes a disproportionate share of those negative data points. The Jeep badge still commands a loyalty premium, so buyers pay more than they would for a Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Mazda CX-5 that actually deliver the reliability the price implies. Around the third unnecessary dealer visit, that heritage premium starts to feel like a tax, and absorbing a trade-in loss becomes an emotional necessity. Stellantis holds the warranty data, the survey scores, and the complaint volume. The fact that the same failure modes persist across model years tells current owners everything they need to know about priorities. Number 5. Rivian R1S. The most anticipated electric SUV of the decade is teaching its most passionate early adopters a hard lesson. The R1S is brilliant in the right conditions, yet service reality has humbled many. Outside a handful of major coastal cities, mobile service wait times stretch beyond 2 weeks for non-critical work and far longer when parts are constrained. Vehicles sitting for months awaiting components while owners scramble for loaners create an ownership burden that a $75,000 price tag makes increasingly hard to justify. The emotional complexity is real. People who believed in the mission are still walking away because the day-to-day execution never matched the promise that built those year-long waiting lists. Number 4. Cadillac Lyriq. Cadillac's electric statement piece was supposed to prove American luxury could compete at the highest level. Instead, GM's Ultium platform has generated a high volume of warranty claims in its first 2 years of volume production. Thermal management struggles in extreme temperatures, charging faults that demand dealer time, and software that triggers false warnings have all contradicted the sophisticated image. Service experiences often amplify the frustration: week-long wait times, multi-week parts delays, and advisors still climbing the Ultium learning curve. Real-world efficiency that regularly lands 20% or more below EPA estimates further erodes the value equation against Korean rivals that come closer to their stated numbers at lower prices. Each passing month makes the ownership math harder to defend. Number 3. Tesla Model X. Tesla's flagship SUV is producing abandonment numbers its reputation can no longer wave away. The Falcon wing doors that define its silhouette have become its most consistent ownership liability. Sensor calibration failures that refuse to open in low-clearance parking structures, whether stripping and alignment issues that turn a party trick into a daily gamble. At nearly $80,000, the ownership experience is measured against both the price and the brand's technological mythos. Growing numbers of first-year owners are deciding the reality no longer justifies the investment. Ford's electric Mustang is losing owners who feel genuinely misled by the brand promise. The Mach-E arrived carrying the weight of America's most iconic performance nameplate, and that decision shaped first-year psychology in ways Ford may not have fully anticipated. Sync 4A has generated an unusually high rate of complaints: screen freezes mid-navigation, Bluetooth that drops and requires full restarts, voice recognition that fails under real-world conditions. Mustang loyalists who set aside the naming controversy specifically because of Ford's performance heritage have been among the loudest to leave. The gap between what the Mustang name implied and what the vehicle delivered created an abandonment urgency that pure product analysis alone cannot explain. Number 1. Fisker Ocean. No recent vehicle has abandoned its owners more completely. Every other car on this list still has a manufacturer actively working on solutions. Ocean owners do not. Starting at roughly $37,000, the software was incomplete at delivery. Then the company progressively withdrew while still nominally operating. The Chapter 11 filing in 2024 did not merely close the business, it simultaneously erased every practical form of recourse. Warranties became unenforceable. Software development stopped permanently at an unfinished state. Connected services went dark. In multiple markets, insurers began declining coverage because no one could price the parts risk. Owners were left with vehicles that could not be updated, could not be reliably repaired through official channels, and in some cases could not even be insured. That is not buyer's remorse. That is a total collapse of the ownership contract, and it sits alone at the top of the list for a reason.